Ladies and gentle sirs, welcome. You can tell by the title, so I don't really have to explain it. A tier list. First tier list of the channel. I've been really enjoying this game. A lot of other people have not been. It does seem like there is some issues on PC. On console, it runs perfectly fine. I've not had a single problem. But I have seen that there's some issues on PC. As of recording this game's 3 days old. Now, also, I have quite a bit of time on the game already, I feel like. Not as much time as some other people, but I have quite a bit. So I feel like I can make a tier list out of this. Now, is this like meta best 100% tier list of the world? No. Am I the number one gamer? Am I the number one in this game? No, but I have quite a bit of hours and I have been enjoying this game and I have played every character at least once. And so I feel like I have an input, but just don't skip to the end, okay? If you probably already have at this point. Most people are not going to see this, and I'm going to assume that you have skipped to the end. And if you have not skipped to the end, hey, thank you. My heart goes out to you, man, or woman, or feline, or canine. I don't know what you are, nor do I give a fuck. Let's talk about Highguard, okay? Highguard, very hard to explain what kind of game this is. But we are not here to talk about what kind of game this is. We are here to talk about what characters are the best S tier. I do not think there is even close to a single F tier character. I do want this to be known that I think every single character is very good. Besides one, in my opinion, there is one character that is complete ass. But other than that, he's still not even F. But let's start off with Scarlet, okay? Scarlet, very fun. In my opinion, definitely my second pick. If not my main, but if I had to pick someone and my person that I like playing is picked, I'm probably going to go with Scarlet. Now, Scarlet, you have Invis, short range Invis, kind of like Sombra from Overwatch, if anyone's ever played that. Or, I guess Psylocke doesn't. I don't know how to explain it, but like short ring around her, invisible, but if someone's close to you, then they can see you and you're fine. You are loud, you can still be seen. I believe it's a bug. I'm pretty sure there's a bug right now where you can still see their axe sometimes, like their melee weapon, because I've killed 2 people because of that. Now, a really good passive, probably one of the best passives in the game. Not the best, in my opinion, not the best passive in the game, but one of the best. Probably second best. You can make a phase wall, and you can walk through a wall, even if it's reinforced. You can phase the wall, your whole team can walk through, or just yourself. Or you can phase the wall that someone's hiding behind, and you can shoot them through it. Now, Scarlet also, if you guys are familiar from Valorant, is got a almost perfectly identical ult to that. What she has is she has 6 knives, and she can throw 6 knives, and if you run out, then you swap back to your main weapon. If you get a kill within using those 6 knives, it resets the cooldown, so it like resets your ammo back to 6, and it resets your invisibility. So you can keep phasing in and out on an invis, and keep having your knives up, which can create for really big snowball and just multi TikTok clip basically. So very good frag character. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember each role of each character. Probably should, making a tier list, but I'm pretty sure she's assault. I'm almost positive, and she's very good at assault. Now, do I think she's an S? No. I do not think she is an S. I'm going to be completely honest. She is a very good frag character, in my opinion, probably the best frag character. But I think I'm going to have to put her A. Now, maybe even B. Probably. The main reason why I'm putting her in A is because of her passive. Now, her ultimate is very good because you can get kills. You're very easily multi-kill, invis, stuff like that. But you can get targeted very easily, and you can still die. You can still get quick peeked by like a shotgun or something. Like it's counterable by just out fragging. So like you could miss your knives, and then you're just fucked, and you have to do a whole animation, and they can kill you, stuff like that. So like very good high frag potential, and very good passive. But if you miss your knives, your ult's pretty much useless. Your tactical, it can be very good if you're in the middle of the map and you go wide and flank them from the side, and then they won't see you. It is kind of loud, so sometimes they can hear you from it. But up next we have Atticus. Okay, Atticus. How do I explain this? At least his ultimate. Let me explain his ultimate. The way his ultimate is and works is, you guys remember the Fortnite season with the gods? Yeah, that's basically Atticus. Atticus is that. Atticus is just that whole season, at least with the Zeus power up. The way his ultimate works, in case people don't know, is, I'm gonna explain every character before I list them, obviously, is you jump up in the air very high. You can jump up very high up in the air, and you can just smite people over and over again for, I can't remember exactly all the charges, I'm gonna be honest. But you can just smite people. It two shots people. I believe it breaks walls as well. His ultimate can be very useful. Also with his ultimate though is like, if you do use it at the wrong time, you can get severely punished, because you are forced to go up in the air, and when you smite people on the ground, you are up in the air, and you'll probably always get one, but if you're like challenging all three of them and they all just look up, they can just blast you super easily because you're a very slow moving target. So, but his tactical is very good, and he has a good passive. His tactical is very good, especially if you're holding the sword. If you're holding the sword, you can place your tactical, what the tactical does is you throw a spear, and anybody within the range it will do slight amount of damage, but it will also stun them. But the spears will stack. So if you throw like 3 spears and 1 choke, then you can have, though all 3 of those spears will just keep constantly ticking, so that would be pretty good. Or you can spread them around, and you can cover multiple different choke points, and at least either take them, do some damage, and like kind of hold them back, or you'll at least have the knowledge that they're there too. And his passive is very good for farm. His passive is when you successfully hit the guitar hero over like timed event, then you will get the ability to break every crystal node in that area. Best way to describe it. And very useful for a quick farm, very good at very beginning of the game. Now, his ultimate, in my opinion, is mid, because you can just get completely blasted. Now, you can, if you're a little bit better and a little bit smarter, you can definitely just like solo ult people, which is probably the best thing to do with that character. Also, sometimes I believe it's not very easy to hear people when they're using, like, you can hear Atticus say he's popping his ult, but you can't actually hear where he's flying around, I'm pretty sure. At least I haven't been able to. So that can become for a good place. And hard to say. I think Atticus might generally be an S tier. My reasoning being very quick farms, very quick to get those grade guns, extra shields, just get farm for your team very quickly. Being able to very quickly do that right away is very useful. And being able to hold multiple different chokes and stun people and do just slight damage constantly is nice. And even if they go to shoot them, that means they have to look over and go shoot something before they can shoot you. And his ultimate, if used correctly, because you can get punished very easily, then if used correctly can be very big. Like you can kill, technically if they're dumb and rode the short bus into the game, if they're all standing on top of each other, if you smite all three of them all standing on top of each other, then you'll kill all of them within 2 hits because it has some splash damage. Now, in my opinion, Kai, I'm not even gonna explain this character yet. I'm just gonna put him S tier. I think that Kai is the best character because of his wall repair, okay? Usually, you have to buy or you have to find a wall repair. And the wall repairs are not super expensive, but they're fine. But if you have a Kai on your team, you can spend less resources on buying wall repairs. Hello, Lexi. You can spend less time in money and resources and time. Like your whole team can spend less time, and it can just be on Kai's duty to repair all the walls after a defend. And also, you can buy more reinforcements with your team, and you can buy more armor. It's just nice being able to have those resources, and him being able to do it for free. And it's, to my understanding, an infinite amount of walls you can repair. And now, if the enemy team doesn't break that many walls, it's still nice because he can do it for free. And also, he can make a wall by himself. So let's say they are pushing in and they did break a wall. He could technically, now they can break it pretty quickly, but you can stall some time. You can put it up. Now, also with his wall, there's a lot of play around with his wall. His wall that he throws up, you can place it on the ground and you could res your teammate. Now, also, let me sidetrack here. You can one-hit melee the wall. Now, is it probably the best idea to res your teammate behind the wall when they're close? No. Now, can you revive your teammate behind the wall when they're far away? Most likely, but it's also not the strongest wall because they can still shoot it, and also if they shoot the rocket launcher or something at it, you can get it. And technically, you can do some tech with the raid hammer if you are on the side of the... I don't know why you would be on the side of the wall and not just shoot Kai, but if you're technically on the side of like the wall and like the wall's like straight in front of you like this or whatever, you can slam your hammer down and break the whole wall. I don't know why you would do that, but you can. Now, but you can also push your wall forward. That's one thing that I've not seen. I actually haven't seen anybody do. Is you can... It's very slow, but you can push your wall forward. Now, that doesn't mean you can just Trojan horse that bitch up to an enemy team. That's not what that means. What that means is, like, if you place your wall and you want to go quick peek to get, like, an execution real quick, or there's your down teammates on the other side of the wall and you didn't place it in the right spot, you can get some leverage or leeway or handheld a little bit, and you can push the wall forward and res. Now, pushing the wall forward, I don't believe has too many purposes besides maybe a choke. You push it up, save some health, but they can still shoot it pretty quickly. So it's not the most insane thing. But then his ultimate. Now, by far the slowest ultimate charge in the game. Very worth. The reason why it is so slow is because it is very good. It is not... This character is very good at defending. Because also, I'm going to be honest, I've not played this character. But I've played a lot with my friend played this character. And I've watched some people play him. And I'm pretty sure you can repair enemy walls as well. So let's say your whole team raids in. Let's say your red main uses his ult. Flex, stop. Uses his ult and gets active and breaks all their walls, and you get the core. Let's say you're going for the core, okay, on Wellsprings, and you're going for the core, and you break every single wall to get in there. Then, as Kai, you can repair all the walls and be good. Or maybe not. Actually, you probably don't want to repair all of them because you want to get rotate, not be boxed in like a fish. But then also, his ultimate is, like I said, very good. It is very good at defending because it's just a lot of health, and it's very good at attacking and contesting. You can sit in the room, you can soak up a lot of damage. You can ground slam, you can hold your shield up, you can do a bunch of things to have survivability, and it does a lot of damage, and you can tank a lot of damage, and is very useful for rating, in my opinion. But I think Kai is easily the best character in the game. I don't think he's broken. I think he's easily the best character in the game. If you were going for some, like, let's say when they release ranked, if you were going for some meta, I think it is guaranteed that you always have a Kai on your team because he is very good with the defending. And then when he has his ultimate, it is very scary to go up against his Ice Beast, like, Fister 3000 man on your core. It is very scary to go up against that. My personal favorite character in this whole game, and I believe this is how you say her name, so bear with me, Mara. I believe that's how you say her name. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry if it's Mara or something, but Mara. Now, I did not fully understand this character, and I did not pay attention to her passive. His passive is very good. This character, in my opinion, has the best, like, snowball effect. Like, she can, if you're, because she is a support, and to my remembrance, the only support character, like, there's defensive characters like Kai. She's the only support character, I'm pretty sure, right now. So, you can, we not Raider, actually. What am I doing? What she does is her tactical is she throws it, or she can consume it. By the way, there's some hidden tech with her. I don't know if it's tech. I don't know if it's a glitch. I don't know if it's not supposed to be in the game or what, if it gets removed, whatever. There is something you can do where if you throw your orb and consume it at the same time, you can throw your orb to a teammate and hit them with the overshield, and you can consume it on yourself at the exact same time instead of throwing it and then consuming it for yourself and then getting the overshield and then having to take that little bit of extra time. It doesn't take that long. A little bit of extra time, and then you guys can swing faster. But it does take 2 charges. It doesn't still only use 1. But you can do that just to make things a little bit faster for you and your team to swing a little bit faster. Now, how many times did I say faster there? Get a counter. She, like I said, has the best snowball effect in the game, in my opinion. Because even though she is a support, if you are fragging out on her, you can constantly have your overshield up. If you are going insane, if you're going Game 7 LeBron against, I don't know, an infant, you can absolutely snowball and kill everyone and take over the game, in my opinion. Because you can always have your overshield up, because your passive is so good for your whole kit. If you ignore your passive, you're not playing the character right, okay? Which I was for a very long time while I was playing her, and now it's a lot better. Her passive is you can sacrifice people from a distance. Pretty good from already. Like, you can get the distance pretty far. That's a pretty good passive already. Like, not as good as, like, Atticus or Kai's, or, I'm gonna be honest, even Scarlet. But pretty useful passive, because sacrificing in this game is pretty good, and you know, it's a nice, like, it's like shield swapping, you know, because on, like, doing a finisher in Apex, you get your whole health back, but that also takes longer. It's basically just shield swapping, but she can do it from a distance. Now, also, here, the key thing with her kit is not only can she do it from a distance, it refreshes 1 charge of her tactical every single sacrifice. So, let's say me and my friend are swinging. I do that tech that I just talked about. Place the thing on my teammate, place the thing on me. We're both overshield. We'd both technically basically have purple shields if we have blue. Or it's like you technically have 1 extra variant of shield that you already have, which gives you an obvious advantage. I shouldn't have to explain why that does, but clearly is an obvious advantage. Now, if you kill 1, if you're able to, not obviously do it straight in the open, sacrifice one of those people, get your overcharge back, and let's say you lost it in that gunfight, whoop, you have it back because you killed someone. Next teammate swinging, you already popped it on yourself because you already sacrificed that person. You have your whole, let's say you have a blue shield. You have your whole shield back because sacrifice gives you 2 bars, and then her overshield basically gives you a full bar. I think it's a little less, but it's a full bar, basically. Then you basically have all your shield back instantly because you did that. Then if you get that next kill him again, you got your tactical right back. Let's say he cracked you, he got you to half HP. Then you sacrifice that guy again if you're able to. Then you got the 2 shield back again, and you got your overshield back again. So you have your full blue shield. So instead of being half HP and in the open to sacrifice, because you can do it from a distance, instead of being half HP, you are half HP with full blue shield, and part of it's overshield. So it still has to regenerate and will regenerate. And then once it does, and it only has to regenerate 1 bar, then you will be basically purple shield with half HP. And then, Jesus. Because of that, I do not think she's S. I'm going to be completely honest, compared to these other characters, I do not think she is S. I think she is high A, in my opinion. She is very high A. Now, the reason why is because she does have a very good snowball effect. You can keep going. If you're fragging out, you're feeling it, going game 7, like I said, you keep that momentum. You can snowball effect, but I'm going to actually put her underneath Scarlet. But on like Scarlet, you can phase the wall, get your whole team through there. You can pop your ultimate. Your ultimate as Scarlet will do a bunch of damage, and you can snowball with your ultimate. That passives is like so good, man. And your tactical, if there's a sniper, you can like flank up left side and flank him up and kill him. You know what it is, man. But then we got Una. Now, Una is in my opinion, kind of mid. You know what? I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna put her B. I'm putting her B. I gotta. There's now there's I haven't played a whole lot of Una. I think I played like 3 games of her. She's kind of boring in my opinion. I'm not trying to be too biased. I'm trying to be like realistic here. That's why I didn't. If I was being biased, I'd put her up here, but I know realistically she's not up there. But Una is just kind of like because she does create chaos. She does a good job at what her character is supposed to do. She does create chaos. She does spawn in these little minions for her tactical. You can have up to 3, I believe. You can have up to 3 dudes spawned in at once. You can have her ultimate placed down, and let's say you're attacking. Let's say you got the bomb planted and you're attacking. You can plant your 3 little dudes, and if you have your ultimate, you can have your big guy in there, which he's kind of spongy. He's not as spongy as Kai, but he is pretty spongy. And he does do a decent amount of damage, but he does create chaos. But at the same time, you can very easily just shoot her minions. Like her minions, like her tactical minions, don't really do anything, in my opinion. It doesn't do a whole lot. You can just 200 pump them to the face, back to the lobby, little kid, and nothing will happen. The ultimate's really the only thing that kind of like is big about her. I literally don't even notice her minions half the time during the game. It's just like a little rodent. Like it's just a pest. That's all it is, which is what her character is supposed to be, but it's just not very good. Her ultimate is kind of nice because it does a decent amount of damage. It has far, what would the word be, like notice range. It can see you decently far. But yeah, I would not say she's much more than B. She doesn't really do a whole lot. Now, Redmayne, I do think belongs in A. Okay, bottom A, below Mara and Scarlet, in my opinion. Redmayne has very good like executionable ability, like his ability, his tactical. It's nice to be able to leap. His leap is kind of nice. You can pounce a wall, like that's quite nice. The main thing I've seen with his ability that's pretty good when you're up close. You do have to be up close. Is you can push LB or I don't know what the buttons are on PC. Q, E, I don't know, but you can push his tactical and you can like execute somebody basically. Like it does quite a bit of damage. It is kind of nice just to get that final hit off real quick. It's like just a quick melee from Overwatch basically, but a lot more damage than that. And I do think his capability, his ultimate, in my opinion, is very good on a team though. His ultimate can be good if you have knowledge of where the enemy team is, or if you're just going straight towards a core and you're rushing, but you have comms with your team. His ultimate can be very good if you have comms with the team. Now, if you're trying to solo and you're using his ultimate, it can kind of flack and it can not work too well. But I do believe his ultimate can work very good when you're within a squad and you're communicating with your team. Hey, what I'm gonna use my ult. We're gonna roar and we're gonna go straight for A. I'm gonna break all the walls. We're gonna go in there and then Kai, you repair half of them. You know, we take the site and then let's say, I don't know, Atticus. Let's say Atticus is on the team. Atticus, you get the rotation. You put and it, like you plant your spears on the bomb, stuff like that, right? Let's just say that's the team comp. You know, that's pretty like situational, but still, you can. I think in a team comp, his ultimate can be very good, but by himself it can lack a lot. But I do like his executionable ability with his tactical, and his leap can be very useful to get high ground or like leap up further up and then climb, kind of like Hazard from Overwatch. If anyone plays Overwatch, where you can like sword dash up, like they sword dash, but you know what I mean. You can slash up there, and then you can slash the wall, and then climb up, and you can climb up further. You can kind of do that with him sometimes. Now, Slade. I think Slade is terrible. I'm gonna be honest. Now, I played 2 games of Slade. One of the games I played, I only got to play him for like 5 minutes because we won the game instantly. The other game of Slade, which I didn't do anything with Slade's abilities. I was just fragging out with my gun. And then the other thing with Slade, the other game I played a little bit longer, and it's just kind of like, I don't know. Now, I don't know if it's tech, but like Slade's ability can go through like some walls, and then Slade's ability can like, let's say there's, you're attacking and there's multiple walls lined up, like the side of a building. You can run your tactical ability up all those walls and you can destroy some of them. It's kind of like RNG of what walls it will actually destroy, though, is the problem. And then his ultimate's just like a worse Red Baron ultimate, kind of. Not really, but like it's just kind of mid. Like if he pops his ultimate on, let's say you're in mid, like you're mid fighting, and he pops his ultimate. Hey, I have legs. Like I'm not forced to stay here. I can just walk away, bud. I mean, granted, the whole point of his ultimate is to get you out of something, out of cover, but like, mount up, re-ride, or Arendelle. Like, I don't fucking know. I don't know what to tell you, bud. Like, I'm hopping on my fucking horse and I'm leaving the ultimate. Like, I'm not staying in that shit for free. And his ultimate is still RNG of where the things are gonna land. So technically, I practiced with it, and but I did stuff within the firing range, and there are some times where I barely even hit fucking dummies with it, because it randomly hits things, and sometimes it doesn't even hit the things it wants to, because it's randomly spewing out stuff everywhere, and it's just, like, not very good. And then his tactical is that long-reaching firewall, right? That if you're close to him, or like kind of mid-range, like close to mid-range to him, then he can throw up the wall and it might hit you. But like if you're because it does go far, though. That's the thing that is nice, is his thing does go pretty far. But if he's far from you, you can just, or Arendelle will walk to the left or sidestep it. Like, you don't have to stand there. You can just move. Now, speaking of moving, here comes Condor. Condor is little bird and going. Now hold on. I know what you're thinking. Why is there one? Now I know what you're thinking, okay? Now also, if you skip to the end, go back, okay? Go back. Why are you here? And you're gonna flame me about Condor. I know everybody in the comment section is gonna go, that's a skill issue. Just stand still. Okay. I understand in Siege, right? There's Lion in Rainbow Six Siege, right? He has a scan. It's the same ability. It's literally exactly the same ability, right? But except for this one even gives you a countdown. It's not even just a ring. It literally goes 1, 2, 3. That's enough for me. Now, this ability, I don't know what it is or how people are doing it, but these people are spamming it. Like, there's been multiple games where they use it, and then, like, 10 seconds later, they got it again. And I thought it was, like, a 30-second cooldown. So I don't know how they're doing that. Now, also, with this ability, unlike Siege, where Siege, that's a game, you're not meant to do this, but that's a game where you can sit there and you hold an angle, because you're fighting to defend the bomb, and you're defending a building. So you sit there and hold an angle. Now, if you're fighting for the fucking sword, and you're assaulting, and you're attacking, you're trying to contest, like the enemy team's already contesting, they can set the scan up, or you're just fighting in mid for resources, or to go raid the enemy's base, like you're defending a raid, or you're trying to go raid, then they can set up Condor, use Condor Tactical, and they have a Lion scan. And unlike Rainbow Six Siege, where you can just sit there and hold an angle, when I'm out in the forest of this game, and I'm not out in the open, but when I'm standing there, and I just was shooting this guy, and then I unpeak, and he pops Condor ability, and I have to sit there and wait, because either I move, and then they have wall hacks for like, what? How long can you see them? Like, for like 4 or 5 seconds? Because either they have wall hacks on me for their whole enemy team for 5 seconds, or I can stand there, sitting behind the rock, waiting to get my shit kicked in, hearing Asmongold, like, not Asmongold, but like Viking riders on their horses getting ready to kick my teeth in on their horses coming for me, or I can move and then they have wall hacks. So I think this character is stupid. I'm gonna be honest. In a high mobility game where you're supposed to be moving around and stuff, and there's a lot of moving components, and and also when you're defending with the bomb or not Condor, core, they're planting on the core, they're planting on A or B. 3 seconds having to stand still and not do anything for 3 seconds when they are on A is a lot. That's 3 seconds that they just got for free, and the plant off her fucking tactical. That's something that they just got off her tactical. Now, I understand, you stand still, you're fine, don't move. Now, unfortunately for my friend Wolf, he has stick drift on his controller. Now, is that a skill issue? Yes, that is not because Condor is good. That is just because that's a skill issue, unfortunate. He does have stick drift, so every time they pop a Condor ability, he's just fucked. There is nothing to do. All he hears is just the Viking riders coming for him. And then her ultimate, I think, is underrated and can be easily used. Not easily used, but it can be very good. You can use it to smoke off chokes of a point to go push while you're raiding. You can do it while you're contesting the sword. You can aggressively smoke while your teammates are going in. You can little tablet Roblox kid, and you can smoke the enemies. And while they're in the smoke, your teammate can just and have more wall hacks. And if they're not in the smoke, let's say they're behind the smoke, right? Because they're being smart. They know the smoke will scan them and give the enemy team wall hacks. You hit the scan, the enemy person is moving. You see him through the smoke. The next thing they hear is they're coming for that booty boy. They want you. As soon as these little Ravengers, these Condor players see anybody through the wall, they go Is that some untouched booty I see? What are you doing over there with all that ass, boy? I want some of that. So, I think she's S. The players that play her, I say, fuck you, and go play different characters. Is it a little bit of skill issue? Yes. Now, also, do I think it's very good because it is a very fast-paced, high-mobility game, not unlike Siege where you can just stand there and hold it. You're like, okay, they're going to do line scan. Let me sit here and hold an angle, which wouldn't be punishing to do. Then that's okay. And honestly, you can do the same thing in Siege where you plant the bomb and you use all, like, not mean all, but you use like 2 or 1 line scan. But there also could just be a visual. Flex? No, because he's a very popular roamer. That's why sometimes he gets banned. But this would be my tier list, okay? If you don't like it, why'd you click on the video? If you don't like it as well, why'd you skip all the way to the end? No, you skipped all the way to the end, and you missed out on stuff. Please go watch back. Yeah. I absolutely think that Slate is terrible. I am looking at a tier list, because I'm going to be honest, I'm very bad with names. I remembered like half their names. I couldn't remember Slade's name. For some reason, I remembered it as Kyle. But this person put Slade in A tier. I don't think he's anywhere near it. I think it's nice for his his ultimate can break walls. That is very nice. But I don't think it's good. It's not good. I don't think his ultimate's too good. Don't think his tactical's too crazy. It's just a fucking worse. It's just like a raid hammer. I mean, his tactical is literally just a raid hammer. Maybe a little maybe a little bit worse. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Yeah. You don't like it? Too damn bad. You didn't have to watch the video. But hope you all have a good day. Love you.